All right, hello, we got lots of comments already. And wow. Okay, we're already like full of requests and stuff. Okay, hello and welcome. I see Maureen has the first comment here. I'm gonna add her to my list. We're gonna try not to go over an hour today if we can help it. Last week we did do an hour and a half and that wasn't too bad, so but let's just keep the goal here to be about an hour. I'm just reading your guys' comments here, so don't mind me just awkwardly staring over in this general vicinity. So far on my list, I have Maureen, Stephen, Terry, and Sage Scales. And I see a few of you are new here. Rebecca says she's new here. Hello, Rebecca. Welcome to the stream. Sorry to hear about what has happened and what you're going through, but I'm going to pray for your well-being and your healing and that you'll find some comfort and peace. Oh, you guys in the comments are so supportive to her. You guys are all so kind. I really appreciate that. Okay, so Sage Scales, and then we have Granny Stouch. Okay. Okay, Craig, haven't seen you in a while. Okay, so what I was thinking of doing for this Saturday stream was getting some channeled messages from angels. Now I am seeing a lot of requests for like just general mediumship and stuff like that, and I can try to fit some of that in too. I did bring a couple. I did bring my Moonology and I did bring my Moonology and my One World Tarot cards, just in case somebody wanted a reading with cards instead. But the goal here for me is to practice my channeling skills. Vivian wants an angel message. Okay, I'll add you to the list. But like I said, if you'd rather have like mediumship or something else, like just let me know. Okay. Maureen, Stephen, Terry, Sage, Granny Stouch, Craig, and Vivian. I have you guys so far. I'm just writing some notes here. All right, so how's everybody's week been? I know mine for a fact has been very, very busy, but I finally had a Saturday where I didn't have my mediumship class this morning. So I actually got to sleep in a little bit, then I got up, then I got to have a nap right after. That's the great thing about being off on Saturdays, is you can just have a nap whenever you want. Did a meditation and I feel like I'm like plugged into the spirit realm now. Ooh, Phyllis went to a concert. That's fun. Okay, and some of you guys are having a really rough week. Really, yeah, I feel that. Last couple of weeks, I've had a lot of people say that their last couple of weeks have been very, very stressful. And, and sometimes we go through stuff. And sometimes it it takes a while to get back to feeling normal again. Oh, hello, Brenda. Welcome back. Sometimes I forget that you live in a different country. And so I saw your comment about how you just finished supper, and I'm like, what? Oh yeah. So you're quite a few hours ahead of me. Lilith, thank you for putting that little prayer in the chat, sending healing, loving vibes to everyone who needs them, and may things get better for you guys. Absolutely. Now Jakar is asking about the last couple weeks. Does it correlate with any astrological changes? I'm not necessarily the person to ask about that. But if Autumn from Black and Orange Tarot happens to be on the stream today, like in the chat today, she is the astrology expert. I also know Adrian from Red Lentil Healing. I think she's also an astrology expert. Like, they're both very talented. I don't know a whole lot about astrology. My specialty is mostly like tarot, mediumship, Reiki, like channeling, healing kind of stuff. But I would like to learn astrology. That sounds really good. Oh, Lilith came to the rescue. Pisces season hitting the feels hard. You said it. Okay, so I think before we begin, I'm going to share with you guys like a little prayer, sort of mindfulness thing. I don't know if it's like a mantra or a prayer, what exactly you'd call it, but I'll share it with you guys what I do every day. I try to do this like when I wake up first thing in the morning, and if I forget, because usually I end up going back to sleep for a little bit, I do this in my car on the way to my other job. So we're going to take a couple of deep breaths. And we're going to just you guys call on your individual spirit guides to be with you. And if you don't know who your spirit guides are, don't worry. It's okay. Just call on just general, like I ask my spirit guides to come in because your guides know who they are. So we're going to call on our spirit guides to come in and be with us and help us to get the information that we need. Archangel Michael, please separate us from all the negative energy that's been surrounding us this week. You know, things like the negative energy, just the stuff happening in the world in general. It's pretty stressful. It's very upsetting. Help us to separate from that right now. Help us to be protected from other people's negativity. May it just bounce off of us and not hurt us. Help us to separate from energies that no longer serve us so that we have our hearts open to what does serve us. Archangel Metatron, please help us keep our shit together. Help us to stay focused. Help us to stay organized. Help us to recognize thought and cognitive distortions as they come up. Help us to see the truth in our situations and about ourselves. Archangel Raphael, please heal the parts of us that need healing, physically, mentally, spiritually. And then I personally go on to call on Jesus. Please help me to forgive those that need to be forgiven, including myself. And Bodhisattva Kuan Yin, please give us the strength to have compassion today. Okay. So I hope that was helpful. So really the condensed version is Archangel Michael, please separate me from negative energy and please protect me. Archangel Metatron, help me keep my shit together. Help me to keep my thoughts clear and rational. Archangel Raphael, please heal me in all the areas that need healing. Jesus, help me to forgive others and myself. And Kuan Yin, give me the strength to have compassion. And I pray that like every day. So I hope like you guys feel free to take that and use it however you want in your daily life. Like I don't remember when I started saying it and using it, but it's helped me a lot. It really has. And it helps me to stay kind of mindful too, where it's like, oh, I asked Archangel Metatron to help me recognize the cognitive distortion, or, you know, like the thoughts that are not very helpful. And sometimes I am better at recognizing, oh, that was a catastrophizing thought. Let's take a step back and look at it differently. Anyways, so hopefully that will help some of you guys who have been really, really struggling this week. And hopefully it will help you guys to have a better next week. So I'm going to start with Maureen, and we're going to do, she did not specify, I'm going all the way back through the comments here. She did not specify angel reading or not, so we're going to actually start with an angel channeled message for Maureen. I need water. I'm going to have to go get my other water bottle in a minute, but channeling work requires a lot for me to drink lots of water. Not just because I'm using my voice a lot, but I don't know what it is about doing the spiritual work, but I get very hungry and very thirsty after. I thought I had more water in this than I do, but that's okay. Okay. So for Maureen, if you accidentally, like, you put this, you shut the stream off for a minute to go do something and come back and you realize I haven't gotten to you, I might have already and you may have missed it. If you missed it, just feel free to rewind back, and you can rewatch your part as many times as you need. Okay, so Maureen, angel message for Maureen. Okay, first of all, who is saying this coming in? The first thing I hear is stand your ground. And this is Archangel Michael. Stand your ground. Oh, okay. And okay, we're getting a couple of angels coming in. Okay, so Michael is saying stand your ground. Raphael is telling you to rest your body and is telling you that boundaries are very important, that setting a boundary is an act of self-love. The people who say that it's selfish are the people who are frustrated because they can't get that access to you anymore. Okay, let's see what else we got. So stand your ground, have boundaries. Boundaries are an act of self-love. I'm hearing give yourself a hug. Yeah, you're really craving self-love. And you might not be consciously aware that it's the self-love that you're craving. You might be just feeling like something is missing in your life, or something just feels like it's missing in your heart. That's the self-love. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself, I'm seeing like, well, when we say self-care, like some people think bubble baths and chocolate and stuff. And I am actually seeing that. I'm seeing like baths with like good smelling oils or soaps, things like that, just to help you relax. I'm also seeing something about, okay, easing the tension in your muscles. You might not realize you're doing this, but your muscles are like contracted, like they're really tight. And your body is kind of in survival mode because your mind has a lot going on. Your mind is overwhelmed, so your body thinks, oh, we're in danger. Okay. And the brain goes, okay, body, let's get into survival mode because I don't know what is going on here. Our brains, my therapist told me this a long time ago, and I tell other people this now. Our brains exist to keep us safe and not necessarily happy all the time. Our brains also don't always know the difference. Like I call it our lizard brain, that survival aspect of ourselves, doesn't really know the difference between being stalked by a bear and having an impossible deadline at work and being hounded to do, go, go, go. Things like that. Stress is stress. Doesn't matter what the cause is. The body is going to react in the same way. Okay. But I get that you're not actually being stalked by a bear, so I mean, that's good. You have that going for you. Okay, let's see what else we can get for Maureen before we move on. Forgive yourself. I'm seeing something from like 11 years ago. For some reason, that number 11, and I'm just getting 11 years ago. Everybody else has let it go. You can also let it go. And you have to forgive yourself for that situation. You can tell yourself, I deserve peace. I deserve to move on and learn. I deserve to let this go. Because you have moved on and learned. This thing that happened back then actually no longer has an impact on your present life, except for I'm feeling like the stress and the possibly the guilt that comes up that once in a while, you know how sometimes, and I get this too, I'll be laying in bed almost asleep, and then it's almost like my brain goes, hey, remember that time you said something really insensitive and hurt that girl's feelings? Or like, hey, remember that time you did that really stupid thing that got you in trouble? And, you know, like stuff like that. When those kind of thoughts and feelings come up, Maureen, just tell yourself, I've learned from it. I've moved on. I deserve peace. I deserve to forgive myself, and I deserve to let go. Catherine, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. That helps me a lot. And, well, really, and I appreciate everything that you guys do here in the chat. The likes, the comments, yeah, the super chats, but especially the likes and the comments and the subscribes. That helps me a lot. That helps my channel to grow. It helps my content get promoted to you guys and show up on your feed more often. And you're less likely to miss my uploads when you subscribe or hit the notifications bell. So our next reading is for Steven. Let me go back up through the comments just to see if he had anything in particular. Okay, Steven says, what do you see for me on my birthday? April 8th. Okay, so a birthday message for Steven. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Oh, so I'm seeing a picture of a baby, a tiny baby, in, what is that called? A bassinet? Yeah, I think it is. That little cot thing that sits beside the hospital bed, like after you just have your newborn baby. There's a sweet little baby sleeping in a bassinet, and I'm hearing, on the day you were born, a new source of joy entered the world. Okay, Spirit's showing me something, and I'm going to try and explain it in a way that I hope is not confusing. So are you guys familiar with the Light Bright toy? It is a very old toy, and they still have it nowadays, but it was like this box, and it had holes in it, and you'd put a paper over top, and then you'd get these tiny, tiny little LED-looking bulbs, and you'd stick them through the holes, or through the paper into the holes. And you can make pictures, and you turn on the light inside of the Light Bright, and the picture lights up. So I'm seeing, this is what I'm seeing, is it's like a big Light Bright, but it's kind of anyways, I'm gonna just keep explaining what I see. It's a big Light Bright. It represents, okay, and every little bulb represents a soul that enters the world. And a soul that, you know, incarnates, reincarnates. When you're born, this little light bulb, boop, goes onto the Light Bright board. And up close, it just looks like a bunch of colorful bulbs and a bunch of little colorful spots. But when you zoom out and you look at it from afar, it's a big picture. It's a beautiful mosaic. So I'm getting, on the day that you were born, Stephen, I'm seeing another little bulb was inserted into the light bright, and you contributed to this beautiful picture of our world, this beautiful picture of like our souls. It's almost like a collective soul, yeah, like a photograph or a mosaic that represents all of us on Earth and how we contribute to the beauty of this place. Vicky, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let's see, any more birthday messages for Stephen? Another, yeah, I'm just seeing, yeah, when he was born, another light turned on in the world. You've continued to be a light for other people, even during times where you did not see that or feel that. I'm seeing like even during times of great like depression and stress, that you were still such a shining example of how to be a kind person. And I'm just getting here from, I'm feeling this is like a sweet, sensitive message. And actually, I didn't call on her at all, but I'm getting the angel Haniel. And Haniel is saying like that you deserve to feel the kindness that you give to other people. You deserve the kindness. You deserve to feel the kindness that you give to other people. For a lot of your life, it's kind of a funny saying, but it makes sense, and I use it all the time now. For a lot of your life, you set yourself on fire in order to keep others warm, and you dimmed your light to keep other people comfortable. What the angels want you to know right now is that you don't have to dim your light. You don't have to set yourself ablaze to keep people warm. I'm seeing other people have sweaters. If they need that extra, you do the best that you can and you be who you are. And if that's not enough for them, they can supplement that with something else. And that is absolutely not on you. You are more than enough. I'm also seeing like you don't have to dim your light. Other people can put on sunglasses. This is all very symbolic or metaphorical or whatever. But if other people, yeah, if other people are uncomfortable with your authentic self, that's not your problem. You are a light. You were born here to be a light, and you will continue to be a light. I sense a lot of just sweet warmth when I'm doing your reading, and my hands are even heating up, which is really interesting. I'm just listening for more messages from the angels. What else is there for Stephen before we move to the next one? Okay, this might be kind of a mediumistic message, but I'm just saying like I'm just hearing your mother has what are those? I'm seeing daisies and dandelions in a little vase on her windowsill. And I say it's possibly mediumistic because I don't know if your mother's still on Earth or if she's on the other side now, but I'm just seeing she's got daisies and dandelions in a vase on her windowsill. And she's showing me when you were a child, you went and you picked a bunch of dandelions, those yellow, those beautiful little yellow flowers. And everybody else thinks, oh, those are weeds. But you gave them to your mother and that made her really happy. And she just wants to kind of like share with you that happiness that you gave her. Rob, thank you so much for the super chat. That really, really helps. Okay, so that was Stephen's message. We're going to move on to Terry, who is asking if her father has a message for her. So this will be more of a mediumistic one. Yeah, Sage says dandelions are mommy flowers at your house. That's sweet. You know what? I remember being a little kid and picking dandelions and giving them to my mom or giving them to my grandma. And it's sweet. And you know what? You know that you're being raised by kind adults when they don't even make a comment about those being weeds. I remember one time I actually did pluck a bunch of weeds because I thought they were pretty. I was very little and my mom was like, oh, those are very nice. Yep, let's put them here in this glass. Later on, I realized they were weeds, but she appreciated it. And I think that's so sweet that we got that, like a reminder from, Okay, but we're gonna go do Terry's reading a message from her father, okay? So I'm gonna get some water. So we ask that Terry's father be with her and support her and be around her and help her to hear and soak in the message that he has for her. I'm hearing hi, little bug. Little bug. Don't know if that was like a nickname he had for you or something, but it's very cute. Little bug. He says, you've been a very busy girl. You've been a very busy girl, but I'm just saying, but mind yourself. It's okay to take a break. So you've been very busy. Take a break. Be careful. I think he just wants you to avoid burning yourself out. I'm just picking up that you have a really strong work ethic. And whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's like actually job related or hobby related, you put your whole self into it. You put 100% of your energy in. And I'm getting the word hyper focus. Like you're able to, excuse me, hiccups. You're able to start a task. And if it's something you care about enough, you're zoned in and hyper focused for hours. And that is like that's a good quality to have. But I'm just getting from your dad that just remember to take a break in between and just get some rest. He doesn't want you to burn out. Art Fusion, thank you so much for that super chat. That really helps me and that helps my channel to grow. It helps me to keep doing this work that I love to do. Brenda, thank you for the super chat as well. So we're going to go back to Terry's reading. Any more messages from your dad? He says, all is well on my end. All's well on my end. He's saying not much is new. And if he's on the other side, that's kind of a funny thing to say because that is like the least boring place. Oh, he's got a sense of humor though. Not much is new. He's been spending time in nature. On the other side, we can do many of the things that we do here. You can go for nature hikes on the other side. You can go fishing. You can dance. You can play music. You can play games. I would say video games, but not in the same sense that we have them here. Anyways, I'm getting onto a bit of a tangent, but he goes for nature walks. He appreciates, I like this. So when we go for nature walks here, like on Earth, a lot of people are not like always going around with their psychic abilities on and open. But we can always appreciate, those flowers are pretty. That tree is pretty. We appreciate how things in nature look. That sunset is beautiful. Oh, look at that cute little bird. His nature walks on the other side. Not only does he appreciate the beauty, but he can actually feel their like life force energy, their vibration. And not only does he like see their beauty, but he feels it too. And he just wants you to know that you can do this on Earth too. He's like, if you walk with your heart open, not only will you see the beauty, but you'll feel it and it will help you to appreciate it more. Okay, any more messages for Terry before we go to the next person? He says, I'll talk to you soon. I think he's going to try and reach you in dreams, because I'm seeing, when he said, I'll talk to you soon, I just got an image of a person, of like a lady sleeping in her bed and like just entering a dream. So I think he's going to, if he's not already contacting you through your dreams, he's going to start. And he just needs your permission before he can do that. Or he wants your permission before he can do that. They can do it without asking us, but he's a gentleman. He says, I'm a gentleman. I don't want to overstep on my child, on my daughter's boundaries. Aw, so that's very sweet. He does seem lovely. All you guys in the chat are saying he seems lovely, and he really does. His energy seems lovely too. So thank you to Terry's father for coming in and giving a message. We are going to move on to the next person, and that is Sage Scales Tarot. Now, I actually haven't heard of your channel or seen you around before. So first of all, thank you for coming here and watching my stream. And second, I'm going to have to check you out after we're done. So Sage Scales, I could go back and check all the comments. But if you are watching at the moment, was it an angel message? Or what would you like? Okay, message from Grandma. Okay. Okay, message from Grandma. So we ask that Sage's grandma comes in and surrounds her and helps her to hear and absorb this message. Grandma says, I'm with you all the time. Where do you think I've been all these years? Where do you think I've been this whole time? I haven't been in that hole in the ground. She's got a sense of humor too. I haven't been in that hole in the ground. She's comparing her body to like a car. And the thing that really makes the car go is the driver. I mean, you can get technical now. Yeah, there's the engine and the combustion chamber, whatever. But no, it's the driver. And she's saying her soul, your soul is the driver and your body is the car. She says she understands that you guys miss her because it is really tough when you can't physically see and hear and feel that person. And I understand that. My grandpa died almost 10 years ago, and even though I know in my heart that he's not like truly gone, because, you know, we never truly died, just the body. I still miss him because he can't just come over to my house and visit. So I'm just letting you know that like your grandma is saying the same thing. She understands that you miss her, but she also wants you to know that she's never been far away from you. She's always been like right up. She's saying like right up beside you, and I've always been right there beside your heart. She's showing me an image of like a heart with like little sections drawn up. I'm gonna actually draw a picture of it. Okay. This is like a chicken scratch. Chicken scratch. But these are little sections of things that you hold dear in your heart. Grandma's right there. She's set up camp in a corner of your heart, and she's not going anywhere. She's loved watching you grow up, and she still considers, she's like saying that she still loves watching you to grow up. and she's saying like, yeah, you know, you're an adult and your body's done growing, but your mind isn't done and your spirit's not done. And she loves watching the progress that you make. She's very proud. Oh my goodness, all of her children. She's so proud of all of her children. And she wants you to share, like I'm just hearing her like, just share with the other kids. So when an older adult says kids, you know, it's like with you, your siblings, if you have, or your cousins that were also close with her, share this message with them that she hasn't really gone away. She hasn't gone away. She's just patiently up. I'm seeing like patiently up in heaven. She says up there. She's patiently up there. She's waiting. She's been talking on, I'm seeing her talking on the phone. And like with dear friends that have passed away like years and years and years and decades ago. And what? I don't know. Well, okay, no, I am seeing that when she was alive on Earth, she talked on the phone a lot. Which, you know, I guess that makes sense because that's what they had. So she's like always giving messages. She's always willing to talk. Oh, I love that. She's always willing to talk. She set up camp in a corner of your heart. She's always beside you. She hasn't gone away. She doesn't live in the burial spot. She, oh, wow, she's so sweet. Your body is just a vessel. It's a vehicle. Yeah, you take care of it so that you can go farther and it'll last longer. But in the end, you are not the car, you are the driver. That's what I'm getting, that message I'm getting from your grandma, Sage. So I really hope that was helpful to you. Thank you to Sage's grandma for coming in and giving us this message. I really appreciate that. Brenda said it is Mothering Sunday in the UK. I forgot that in the UK you guys have Mother's Day in March. That always gets me because I think everywhere else, like we have it in May. At least in Canada, we have it in May. But I think in March we have International Women's Day. So I don't know. I'm just curious if you guys also observe International Women's Day in the UK in March. But that's awesome. Happy Mother's Day to Brenda and to her mother. And oh, wow. Sage says she was the first woman in her county to get her own car. Look at that. Well, now the car analogy makes a little more sense. It fits in a little better. And I'm sure that when your grandma was young, it was a big deal for women to drive their own cars. So your grandma was a badass. I love that. She was very, very ahead of the curve. I like that. She seemed like a really cool lady. I like her energy. Someone asked what part of Canada I'm from. I'm from Alberta, where we got the snow melted and it was fine a few weeks ago, and all of a sudden we got like literally several feet of snow over a couple of weekends. It was insane. So dumb. It's finally getting better. That's the joy of living in Alberta right before spring. Winter has to come in, slams the door open and goes, and another thing. Oh, and you're from Nova Scotia. That's awesome. I haven't been there, but I would love to visit because it's really pretty. It's beautiful over in the Maritimes. Oh, I see so many pictures and it's like, oh, I really want to go see the ocean. Oh, and Brenda says International Women's Day. It was yesterday. Okay. I knew it was around this time. Okay. So next we have Granny Stouch. Please tell me how to say that. I feel bad whenever I get people's like names and usernames pronounced wrong. But we have Granny next. And I would love if you could sort of repeat in another comment, like what kind of message you wanted. Open, okay, okay. Open to whatever feels right. All right. And that's nice. It is nice to sort of just go and be like, yeah, whatever comes up, because sometimes we get a message that we didn't even know we needed. Okay. So a message for Granny. Oh, okay. So I'm here. First of all, beautiful. You are beautiful. You are needed. You are loved. I'm seeing this from Archangel Raphael. You are needed, but you're not obligated. Needed, but not obligated. So I think what's needed is like your love is needed, your kindness is needed in this world, your compassion is needed, your spiritual connection is needed. But you're not obligated to make everybody happy and bend over backwards to please people. You don't owe anybody an explanation if you don't want to give it, and if it's not warranted for that situation. You don't owe anyone an explanation why you have the spiritual beliefs that you do and why you have the spiritual practices that you practice. Let's see what else is coming up. Yeah, and I'm getting you doing what you do is more than enough. Don't worry about if you're doing enough to serve this world with a loving heart, because yes, you are. One person cannot do everything and change the whole planet on their own. It takes everyone. It takes a team effort from everyone, and you are doing more than enough for your part. Yeah, I'm seeing, and this, I'm getting this from I don't remember if she's an archangel or not, but anyway, the angel Haniel. Haniel is so gentle, and I love her energy. She's sweet, and she's saying, the next time you look in the mirror, you're going to see your physical beauty, and she wants you to appreciate that. But she's also saying, look into your eyes, because and you may have noticed it before, but you're really going to start noticing the light. You know, when we talk about somebody has light behind their eyes, light, you know, their eyes light up, they have that sparkle in their eye. That's like a reflection of the divine that lives within you. So the angel Haniel wants you to know, like, look in the mirror, appreciate your physical beauty, appreciate how far that you've come in this lifetime, in this body, in this incarnation, and honor that and congratulate yourself. You've made it through a lot of hard things. I'm just seeing you've made it through a lot of things that would have caused other people to give up. But you didn't give up on life. You didn't give up on doing the best you can. And you didn't become bitter. You didn't give up on having kindness and compassion. Congratulate yourself. You deserve applause. Okay? Applaud yourself. Pat yourself on the back. Hug yourself. Love yourself. You deserve that. Yeah, and there's just this big, like, keep up this good work. Keep up that loving heart. Keep up that loving energy. And remember that it's okay to accept other people's loving energy for you. That is what I have for you, Granny. I really hope that was helpful to you. Next, I have Craig. And Craig wanted a message from his spirit guide. And I actually remember, like from a few years ago, I remember I don't know if I ever did like a personal one-on-one reading with you, but I remember doing stuff for you on stream quite a bit. And we did do a lot of work with your guide. And I think it's really neat that you have Clara Bow, that like she comes in from spirit and she helps you. I think that's really cool. So I remember you saying you wanted to know if Clara Bow had any messages for you. So we're gonna do kind of like a mediumistic sort of thing here for you, Craig. So let's ask for all of Craig's spirit guides, including Clara Bow, to come in and surround him, help him to absorb the message that he needs to hear, and help him to feel the presence of his guides. Okay. Yep, so first thing I'm hearing is shining star. Shining star, you're going far. Shining star, you're going far. It's like, I think she's trying to sing to you. Shining star, you're going far, shining like a polished car. I like that. Let's see what other messages we have. Don't give up on sharing. She's saying something about the sweetness of your soul. Don't give up on sharing that sweetness with other people. And like I was saying earlier, and it really goes without saying, like we have so much crazy stuff happening in the world, and we have just a lot of hardships right now. And I know a lot of people think, well, adios, I hate this planet, I'm not coming back, I'm not wasting my energy, trying to fix a system that's broken. I'm not wasting my energy giving love to a world that doesn't love me back. Well, she's saying, don't give up on giving your love and your sweetness. We can't give up. We can't give up during this time. She's showing me, like just through the decades of history, how every generation, every decade has had its big problems. But she's saying, like, we're still here. There were people, like she's showing me, she calls it the Great War. And people were losing hope. People were saying, we're feeling that same way. Like, I'm not wasting my energy. I'm not wasting my love on a world that won't love me back. I'm not wasting my love in such a dark place. Why should I burn out my light in such a dark place? But yet, people got through that time. And things were better and things were okay. And then she's giving me the date 1945. She's saying, like, people thought it was not going to get any worse than this. And and at the same time that things were never going to get better. But eventually they did. And eventually our world was able to recognize the certain things that happened during that time. Actually, she's showing me things like from, I'm actually getting from both world wars she's using as examples. So things that were done during the Great War, we do not do anymore. We're not allowed. It's like, I'm seeing like, is it the Geneva Convention? Anyway, it's whoever it is that is like who like defines what's considered a war crime, what's considered to be allowed in war, and what's considered not to be. So she's saying like things that were terrible and were practiced then aren't practiced anymore. Then she's showing me 1945, things that happened during Second World War, things that happened then. Our world said never again. We're not going to do that again. And that particular part of the world has not treated groups of people that way. I mean, not to that extent anymore. Okay? If you know what I'm getting at, because YouTube is really sticky about what kind of things we talk about, at the risk of being either demonetized or having to edit out the video. And I really don't want to edit out important messages. There are things happening in this world that right now people are doing, but in future generations, it will no longer be acceptable. So don't give up. Because, yep, bad things are always going to happen on Earth now and then. Because that's kind of part of the, she says it's part of the course. It's part for the course. It's part of the curriculum. Not everything has to repeat itself. Okay, so, I mean, so for, yeah, I guess, like examples she's showing me, like, we don't use mustard gas in war anymore. That's not allowed anymore. Germany doesn't have concentration camps anymore. You know, like, that's not allowed anymore. There's stuff that's happening now that in the future will not be allowed anymore. And I don't want to get too political or too spicy with this one. But, I mean, she is showing me, like, there's hunger, there's bombings, there's civilian killings and stuff like that. This kind of stuff in future generations is not going to happen anymore. Certain things that are happening in our world now will no longer be acceptable, and our future generations will learn about it and go, oh my God, how terrible. The way that we read back about things from history and go, oh my God, how terrible. Because by then, yeah, it's just stuff that humans have collectively decided is not acceptable. Okay, so basically the short message here is that things are going to keep getting better. Things will get better. I'm seeing like up and down cycle. You know, things, actually I'm seeing down and up cycle. Things really get dark and scary and bad in the world, and then things get a little bit better. Things get really dark and scary for part of the world, things get better. It's just going to continue. It's going to continue. Craig says, Clara Bow told you everyone pays for things during their review, their life review. And I believe that too. We're shown everything that we did, and we are able to feel how it made other people around us feel, which is a point of view we don't get in our world right now, in this kind of incarnation. Yeah, but just don't give up. Don't give up on sharing your love and your light. Our world needs it. And it's not, she's saying it's not the planet's fault. It's not like the world itself's fault. Somebody in the comments mentioned the free will of humanity, and yeah, there's a lot of it does have to do with free will decisions, but some other parts of it is just part of the curriculum. But things will get better. Okay, so that was your message, Craig. Let's see. Yep, Jakar says it really well. It's a phasing out and evolving nature of this time and space. I agree. So next on my list, I have Vivian. Vivian, if you are still in the chat, let me know what kind of reading, what kind of message that you wanted to get. Oh, yeah, I see you say here. I see ya. Hello. Because your comment was so far back in the chat log that it's going to take me forever to scroll through. So whether that was an angel message or a mediumistic message or what, just let me know. Angel message for Vivian, what she needs to know. Okay, all right. Angel message for Vivian, what does Vivian need to know? Angels, please surround her and be with her. And the angels are telling me we're already with her. But we'll be with her extra. Okay, they'll get closer. They're saying like, they're showing me like you sitting on a couch, and there's an angel on the side and an angel on this side. And when they said we're already with her, but we'll get closer, they scoot closer to you. I love that, everybody thinks angels are so serious, and some people think angels are really scary and powerful, and so they are very powerful. They can be very serious, but they have a sense of humor, and they're very kind, and they're very lighthearted. They don't want us to be afraid of them. They want to be relatable to us. So let's see. Angel messages for Vivian. What do we have? Go inwards. They're saying go inwards. And I want to know who is saying this. Okay, so we have Haniel again. Haniel and Michael Raphael have been like huge during this stream. And I'm really glad that we get to connect with them. Yeah, and Big Steph says their first words are fear not. Absolutely. Because they know they are powerful. They are very strong, but they don't mean to be scary. But humans are afraid of things that they don't always understand or things they've never seen before. Craig, thanks for the super chat. That helps me a lot. So Vivian, let's see what else we can get from the angels for you. Go within. I'm seeing like go within, take a few breaths, and you can connect with them easily. You don't have to do a full 20, 30, 60-minute meditation if you don't want to. All it takes is just sit back, take some deep breaths, and imagine like a column of light coming down, entering through the top of your head, through that crown chakra, going all the way down through your body, through the third eye, the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral chakra, the root chakra, down through your legs, out the bottom of your feet, and into the core of the earth. They want you to know that you are grounded, that you have a good balance right now of being grounded and being, what is the word I'm looking for? They're showing me one foot on earth and another foot in the clouds. They're saying our spirits are flexible enough to do that. You have a very good balance between being grounded and being spiritual and being spiritually connected. Excuse me. They've been working very closely with you throughout your life. And you're drawn to them they're drawn to you just as much as you are drawn to them. Angels really adore people. They do. They think we're cute. They think we're so... It's like when we look at... Okay, it's going to sound funny. Oh, Vivian, thanks so much for your super chat. But the angels look at us the way we look at kittens and puppies. The way we look at babies. The way... Oh, and they want to help us the way that we want to help. Yeah, I'm seeing puppies, kitties, baby chicks, baby people, baby humans. The way that we look at them and go, "Aw," and we feel that like love for them and we want to protect them, that desire to keep them safe. The angels feel that for us, and they want you to know that they look at you as if you are like the sweetest thing. They look at you like they're showing me like new parents looking down at their baby. And their hearts are just overwhelmed. They're looking down at you and their hearts are overwhelmed with love and the desire to keep you safe and the desire to protect you. Yep, they're saying you're never too old to be our baby. They love watching us grow up and live our lives. They do. They find a lot of joy, and actually, they're showing me they get a lot of entertainment out of it too. There's never a dull moment in a human life. Never. Even if we're in a stage in our life or a season in our life where things are really calm and nothing really exciting is happening, we're just kind of going through our dailies, they see the tremendous growth that happens inside. Never a dull moment in a human life. They're giving you this message of love. They appreciate how much you love them, and they want you to know that they love you. Mm. Hmm. Okay, this is the angel Haniel. She's showing me she's doing this with her finger, like kind of like a magical, like we see maybe in shows and stuff. They have their magic wand that they twirl around, or magic finger that they twirl around. Haniel is doing this, and she's pointing at each of us, including you, Vivian, each of us, and there's energy coming out. She's showing it coming out from the tips of her fingers, and it's calm joy. She's blessing us with the gift of calm inner peace, joy. There's love. She's blessing us with the gift of angelic, pure, and perfect love. We can connect to this at any time. She's showing me again, reminding me again about the sitting, taking a few breaths, imagining the column of light coming through, filling you. This is a message for everybody. We can all do this, and we can access angelic love at any time. We just have to ask. We just have to ask for the help. We just have to ask for their love. We have to set the intention of connecting with them. Okay, that's what I got for you, Vivian. I have 2 more on my list. I have Brenda and Paula. And I did say I did not want to go over an hour. I do have other things to do. Like I am actually going to be recording something else for YouTube here in a little bit. So if I did not get a chance to read for you, because there were so many comments and so many requests, and I wish I could do everybody's, but then we'd be here all day and all night. And right now I'm not ready for a marathon stream. But I say this in every stream, I will be back. I plan to do another one. I'm hoping for next week, either Saturday or Sunday. And if I don't get a chance to do your reading this time, feel free to hop on the next stream or get a hold of me, siennarosetarot@gmail.com, or through my website, siennarose.com, and we can always schedule a time to talk. So we have Brenda, and Brenda wants a message from her angels. Okay, and the first thing I'm seeing, angel messages for Brenda, we haven't had the angel Sandalphon come in. He's here, Archangel Sandalphon. Water your garden. Nurture the plants, water the seeds. I think this is, well, I'm seeing it symbolic, but water your seeds, water your flowers. So this is like nurture yourself, nurture your relationships with your friends, with your son, with your family. Nurture your relationships and nurture the relationship with yourself. And they're showing me that you're doing a very good job with this already, but it's kind of like a keep up the good work. Remember to, he's showing me this beautiful garden, like this garden of like your life. This garden represents your life. There's rows of vegetables, there's rows of flowers, there's butterflies, there's bees, there's all kinds of beautiful things. And Sandalphon is saying, remember to weed the garden. Remember to take stock of what's going on in your life, the things that you're doing, the people that you're around, the things that you've been watching, reading, listening to, and remove from your life what causes you pain. Remove what causes you pain. Remove the things that cause you stress. Remove the things that cause you to doubt and dislike yourself. He's saying we kill things by not feeding it. He's showing me that there's somebody that is a little bit hard to get away from. This could be like a coworker or someone that you wouldn't normally spend time with outside of this particular situation. We kill things by not feeding them. It doesn't mean to starve anybody, but it's just saying, like, don't react when this person tries to set you off. Don't react, don't respond. Eventually he will get bored and move on. I think this goes for like just crappy people in general that for whatever reason, like making other people feel bad and like to stir the pot, just don't react. We kill things by not feeding it. We kill that negativity in our lives by not feeding it. Fertilize your garden with prayer, I'm seeing. Enhance your garden, enhance your life with prayer, with manifestation, with help from the spirit realm. Help is available to you. I'm seeing you can access it at any time, 24/7. You can access it outside of space and time, which is a little hard for people in a human body to do, to get outside of space and time. But, through meditation, through journaling, through dreaming, through just taking a quiet minute and looking within, through prayer, we can improve our lives through this. And we can improve our lives because we can get help. We can get that spiritual help whenever we need it. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for you, Brenda. The Archangel Sandal Fawn wants you to water the flowers and the vegetables and the plants in the garden of your life, to remember to pick the weeds and to fertilize it and to nurture it and to nurture yourself. I'm seeing like beautiful harvests. Like the love that you put out into the world is coming back to you, and it's coming back to you double. Oh, this is so nice. And the spiritual connection that you have, it's getting stronger and stronger as the days go by and as you communicate to your angels and guides. Water your garden. Pull the weeds. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. They know you're doing a good job with that. Keep up the good work. And our last one was Paula, from Paula Q. And I will try and go back and find your comment. But Paula, if you're still here in the chat, just let me know. Is it an angel message? Is it just a general message or a mediumistic message? Meanwhile, I'll try and go back and find you. Yeah, Paula, please repost the question. I can't find it. Oh no, Brenda, don't cry. I hope those are happy tears. I hope that's a happy cry. Yeah, big hugs for Brenda. Yes, of course. Oh, did I forget Vicky as well? Okay. Paula, and we'll add Vicky right after Paula, and then we'll have to end after Vicky. Okay. So maybe while we wait for Paula, if Vicky's in the chat right now, maybe just repost your questions, Vicky and Paula, and then I can get right into your reading. Thank you for the super chat, Brenda. I really appreciate your guys' help. And it's honestly, like I said earlier, the super chats help my channel grow, whatever, but it's the likes, it's the comments, it's the subscribes, it's the participation in streams. I love doing this. I love doing this. Thank you. Aw, T. Lynn says, when little, I'd get in trouble for always picking flowers. Didn't matter whose or where. When my son was little, I loved his dandelion bouquets. Aw. See, I think it's so sweet. And like my other job, I spend a lot of time with children. And I love when I have one little girl that I taught for a long time that she loves rocks. Like, I know when she grows up, she's going to be a crystal lady. Like, she's going to have a huge crystal collection. I just know it. But on the playground, she'd come running up, Miss Sienna, open your hand. And she'd give me a rock. And to anyone else, that's just an ordinary playground rock. But to her, that was a special rock. And I thought it was very sweet. Because it's not about the thing that they give you. It's about that... Yeah, sure, whatever. This little girl gave me a rock, but she was also giving me love from her heart. I really love that about children, is that they have so much love in their heart. So I am not seeing Paula or Vicky's questions being reposted in the chat. Tony has a question. You know what? We'll squeeze you in real quick, Tony, while we're waiting for Vicky and Paula. Tony wants to know if her son's ever going to get it together. Okay. First of all, we're going to pray for Tony's son. Pray that he does get it together. Whatever situation he's going through, I hope that he can figure out what he needs to do, and I hope that the path ahead will become clear to him. I'm seeing, actually, Tony, I'm seeing from, I'm not sure which angel or guide this is from. Oh, okay, no, ooh, Metatron. Okay, we haven't had Metatron come in yet, and we did pray to him and call him in quite early. Metatron. Because, you know, that makes sense, because we did ask Metatron, help us to keep our shit together. help us to get it together. Metatron's showing me, it's kind of figurative here, and I hope that what I'm about to say makes sense. He's showing me it's a view from your son's point of view. The path ahead is all fuzzy and distorted and out of order. I'm being shown a puzzle with pieces all over the table. Yeah, like a jigsaw puzzle with, you know, the ones that have like all the 800 pieces or whatever, like 500 pieces. It's scattered all over the table. And this is what Metatron's showing us, that like how your son feels about his future and the path ahead. There's so much confusion and a lack of clarity. But Archangel Metatron is saying that like he is working with your son. He really wants to help you guys. I am seeing like, don't give up hope yet, because the pieces are coming together right now. So, and I'm just seeing this, like right now, it's like he's fitting all the edge pieces of the puzzle together. You know how some people, that's how they do it. They do all the corners and the outside edge. And then it's easier to find what inside pieces go. It's like right now your son's kind of putting together the outside edges of his life's path puzzle. And things will come together. He does need help, but he has to be ready to accept help. I feel like he is almost at that point where he's ready to accept help. He doesn't know how to ask, though. He doesn't know how to ask for help. But I feel like if he knows that there are people in his life who will be there consistently for him, and I feel like you are, once he kind of gets that feeling of safety, like, okay, and I'm especially hearing, my mom does love me. My mom does love me. Okay, I can trust her. I can trust that she's going to, like, I can be safe around her. I can be safe talking about these things with her. I can be safe asking her for help. Once he figures out kind of how to ask for help, it will be easier to know what it is, what we can do, what you can do for him. And what kind of resources can you point him to? He doesn't want to be on this muddled, confusing path anymore. He wants the clarity. He is trying. I'm seeing that. On the outside, it might not look like it, but on the inside, he's ready to try. Yep, I'm getting from Metatron, there's fear not, there's have hope. There's like, don't give up. That's for him and for you. For him, don't give up. And for you guys, don't give up on him. He's getting there. He's getting there. Okay, that's what I'm getting for you, Tony. So I think short answer is yes, but it's going to take a little while and he needs help. But it's going to be okay. It is going to be okay. He's divinely protected. And he is divinely loved. He might think that, like that God's judging him, or he might be afraid to turn to spirituality because of maybe, I'm picking up on this feeling of shame. Well, I'm too broken. He's not too broken. Nobody is too broken for the love of God. Nobody is too broken for the love of our angels and our spirit guides. It's going to be okay. He will be okay. All right. Well, I'm not seeing anything from Paula Q or Vicky. So what I'm going to do is just a general angel message for them. Okay. So Paula, we're going to do your general angel message. And yeah, we're going to jump right in. So we're going to call on whichever angel is going to give Paula the message in the way that she will best understand and best accept it into her heart. So angel message for Paula. Angel message for Paula. Okay, this is a little mediumistic, I guess. I'm hearing your grandfather and I are here. So you have your grandparents with you, Paula. From the day you were born to the day you returned to us, we're here. So I don't know if you've been thinking about them lately or missing them, but I am seeing, like, looking at old family photographs and old albums and feeling this, like, nostalgia, this longing. They feel nostalgic for, it's funny, because we look at old family pictures and we're like, oh, I remember those times. And we feel nostalgic for those times. On the other side, they feel nostalgic for this time too. Sometimes. A lot of times. They look back at, oh, I remember when she was so little, and I remember when I picked her up from school, or I remember when we used to go to the park, and there's this, like, oh, this love, this just sweet happiness, just thinking about these fond memories. They go to heaven and they don't let the good memories fade. They don't let those go away. They keep those good memories and they store them in their heart. They store them in their soul's memory. Wherever I go, you're here in my soul. That's what I'm getting. Wherever I go, you're here in my soul. Let's see what else. Is there any other messages from Grandma for Paula or from Grandpa for Paula? We admire your strength. We admire your courage. We admire your goodwill towards other people. We raised you to be kind and we raised you to be strong, and you haven't strayed from our path. They're very proud. You're very kind and you're very strong. And your grandparents are with you and they carry you, and you carry them in your heart and they carry you in their hearts. And I think that is so beautiful. It really is. Okay. So now we're going to move on to our last reading, and that was for Vicky. I just want to scroll back up and see. Maybe I missed something somewhere, but let's see. Vicky, are you here? Are you here? Where are you? Oh, yeah, Vicky wanted a message from her angels and guides. Okay, so we're going to call on Vicky's guides to surround her and be close to her and help her to get this message and understand it in the way that's best for her. And we're going to just call on her guides to be with her and to give her their love. Okay, so for Vicky, I'm hearing there's nothing you could have done. There's a situation that happened, and I'm not getting like how long ago, but it's something that you still wonder, what if? What if things had been different? What if I had done this instead? What if I had said this to them? But the angels are saying there's nothing you could have done. And that's okay. And that's okay. That's a really, really hard one for people to accept, because we want to be able to fix our loved ones. We want to be able to fix our friends when they're struggling. We want to be able to help make everything better. But sometimes if you don't know what you don't know. If you don't know what somebody needs to help them, you can't really help them. It becomes impossible. So I'm getting from the angels that there was nothing you could have done differently. You did everything you could, and you did the best you could. They say continue to do the best you can. There's happiness and peace for you that is yours. You deserve it. There's someone on the other side. I'm getting like Andrew, and he's saying thanks for helping me. Thank you for not giving up on me. Thanks for helping me. Thanks for not giving up on me. And I'm getting from the angels, there was nothing else you could have done. You did everything you could. And that's more than what a lot of other people would have done. That was a positive message, but another like really, really positive thing that comes in is that you're surrounded by your angels and guides. They're with you all the time. I'm getting, which angel is this? Orion. Orion? Yeah. That's weird. I didn't even think about him. I haven't thought about the angel Orion in a long time, but he's with you, and he wants to help you learn to communicate with spirit in a way that is easy for you to do and to understand. And he wants to help you to receive spiritual communication in return. Because I'm getting that you're very gifted and you're very talented with spiritual matters. So I'm getting from the Archangel Orion to keep look into things like channeling. Even if it's not something you want to try for yourself, it's just something to research and to look at and read about. Spiritual channeling and channeling angel messages. Because it's going to really, the angel Orion really wants to work with you and really wants to help you in your life. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Vicky. That's going to be the end of my list today. See, we're almost at an hour and a half again. Thank you, everybody, for coming and watching the stream. And like I said, if I didn't get a chance to do a reading for you, I apologize. But also, thank you for coming and watching the stream anyways. And we'll set up another stream. There will always be another time. I'm not going anywhere. We'll have another stream. There will always be another time. There will always be other readings. Feel free to contact me through my website or through email if you want to chat. If you have any questions, you ever want to set up a reading or anything like that, go ahead. I'm wide open. So happy Saturday to everybody, or Sunday if you're in the part of the world where it's already the future. And I am hoping that everybody has a great weekend. Thank you so much, everyone, for the super chats, but also for the likes, the comments, the shares, the subscribes, the participation. Thank you for being such a brilliant community. I really am so happy to be back on YouTube again. All right, so I'm gonna go and I'll see you guys later, okay? Okay, watch for a new YouTube short coming up. I'm actually gonna be filming a short today, and I'm gonna see if I can get it edited and posted for at least by tonight. We'll see. So keep your eyes peeled. I'll see you guys later. Bye.